Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. We want to welcome each one of you to this place. This is another occupation. Another occupation. Another occupation. Another occupation. This is the place to be. Some people asking why we are here. Where the hell are we supposed to be? Huh? So this is the place to be. We want to say thank you to each one of you. This personal sacrifice means a lot, because this personal sacrifice in some way is converted into a collective sacrifice, which means an expression of love. This is why we're here, expressing our love. But let me also tell you something, because everything in this country is about religion. We know that there is a political crisis. We know that there is a social crisis. We know that there is an economic crisis. But there is also a spiritual crisis going on in this country. But we want to clarify that in a way that we understand something that is very clear. We need to fix this mess. Something is wrong, and I want you to have something very clear. God do not create this mess. We create it in a way that few people have a lot and a lot of people have nothing. What I mean by this, if you think that with praying we're going to fix this mess, you're in deep shit. Okay? We're not going any place. You need to take responsibility. We need to take the street, and we're going to say, occupy. Say it. Occupy. 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 And when we are not occupying, we're going to do something else. Resist. Say it. Resist. 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 Touch the person next to you with a smile. With a smile. And say, I believe in occupying what belongs to us. What belongs to us. We're going to take it. We're going to take it. Starting today. God bless. So, Morales, this is your turn.
Where were you and what were you doing at 1 a.m. on Tuesday, November 15th, 2011? You may not remember exactly, but there are people here who will never forget that moment.
Mic check.
At first, I was just irritated by the racket that sounded like several helicopters nearby. Then, it hit me like a sledgehammer. The park.
Oh no, right, come on!
The helicopters are circling the park. It was 1 a.m. and I was at the window at my mother's, about a mile from Liberty Plaza, about to leave. My mom had the computer on and started reading the initial news report. Before she finished, I dashed out crying. I have to do something. If I don't come back tonight, I'll probably be in jail. As I walked south on Greenwich, I focused on the helicopter hovering over Chambers and West Streets on my right. I knew streets would be cordoned off and my chances of not being arrested that way were nil. I veered off to go around the legion of police, but found myself 20 yards behind 10 or so officers in a standoff with 25 evicted occupiers barricaded in at the far side of Fulton. I heard mic checks. and then all day, all week, occupy Wall Street. From behind the
Use the people's mic! Use the people's mic!
From behind the cops, I had to do it. I joined in. One of them turned and grabbed my collar and my left arm, frog marching me to the other side of Fulton.
Seriously.
Don't move, he said. But I managed in the confusion to walk north a few blocks and join the group that had been chanting. This was the beginning of the most surreal and intense day of my life.
Yeah, only in New York.
Helicopters